You're with Joseph Arthur and his Technicolor Dreamcast on today's News Talk Radio, TNT.
How do you influence children in your work? I know you're a youth pastor as well. And so how important is it to sort of guide children? How do you go about guiding children in the direction that you see as, I guess, a holy direction?
I mean, so I teach high school full time. So my full-time job is I teach high school here in Richfield. I'm a special ed teacher, and I also work in language arts, like literature. So I create like scaffolding and structures for kids with learning disabilities to learn complex stuff. And honestly, even the smart kids use the stuff I put together because I think we all need we need a boost every now and then. But I coach football, or I did coach football at the high school level up until this year. I'm going to be coaching some soccer. That's what my son's favorite sport is. And then we have a nonprofit called the Sevier Valley Youth Refuge that my wife and I started 10 years ago. Actually, before we even started the church, we started that. And it's an educational nonprofit. It's not a spiritual organization. They're two separate things. Our church one is a 501c3, and then the Sevier Valley Youth Refuge is a 501c3 in and of itself. And I'm, kind of a little bit of self-promotion there, but I'm getting back to your question. Like, how do I influence and reach kids? Like, it's love, dude. It's unconditional love. I think, and I was trying to find the article today because I knew I was going to reference it at some point, because I reference it every time someone asks me about why we minister to youth or why we do what we do. In 2004, I read an article in the Arizona Republic that said, if you spend an hour a month with an at-risk youth, you reduce their chances of incarceration by 85%. An hour a month. And it blew my mind that was wild. It's crazy, bro. Like, and at the end of the day, like, I was like, I can do that. And that's really what has shaped the vision of my wife and my life, is that we can spend an hour a month with a kid, and we get to spend. My wife and I both teach on the same campus now. She's just finished her degree in secondary education in science. And so we teach on the same campus together. Like, everyone knows Mr. and Mrs. Shaddix, or my nickname Shaddy Daddy on campus, man. That's what kids call me. And I just love kids, bro. Like, at the end of the day,
me too, man.
And I love them.
I love them.
And I love them. I love them with truth and hard things sometimes, man. I have to speak hard things into their life about success and about what's your plan, what's your vision, what's your future. And I think so many kids lack vision, and so many kids don't have people speaking vision over their lives and into their lives. And everybody wants them to kind of come alongside to their vision, rather than trying to cultivate, what is this kid all about? What does he love?
Yeah, what is this vision internally? Yeah, how does somebody work with at-risk kids? Like, if you're in your own world, how does somebody go about seeking out at-risk kids to spend an hour a month with?
Well, bro, if you're in a big city, you got boys and girls clubs, you have big brothers, big sisters, you've probably got churches, you've got multiple spiritual. I mean, everybody, a lot of people have access to these things. We live, at the time, was kind of a black hole. If you were not involved with the LDS church, you really had no, and that's the Mormon church, but they prefer to be called LDS. So I try to respect that, right? If you weren't in their Boy Scout program, or you weren't in their young women's or young men's program, there was nothing when we got here. And so my wife and I are like, let's just start something. So we just opened up the building that we rented for the church every Friday night and did a rec center. And we bought an Xbox, and we started a snack bar, dude. And that was it.
Let me cut you off because we got to go. Ryan, tell everyone where to find you.
Yeah.
Do you think Jesus is coming as an actual person, or do you think he rises again in each of us, in our hearts and souls, and is here now? But tell people where to find you.
He's coming again.
30 seconds.
He's coming again.
Okay. He's actually coming.
CalvarySevier.com. CalvarySevier.com, or the Sevier Valley Youth Refuge. You can find us on Facebook. Sevier Valley
All right.
Youth Refuge. God bless you,
Pastor
man.
Ryan Shaddix, God bless you, my brother, and keep listening, everybody. TNT, we'll be right back.